April 18, 1942. 16 B-25 bombers launch from USS Hornet. Target, Tokyo. Distance, 650 miles. Fuel capacity, barely enough. Return destination, China. Distance from Tokyo, 1,200 miles. Math doesn't work. Bombers can't make it. Everyone knows this. Crews know. Doolittle knows. Navy knows. President Roosevelt knows. Mission is one way. 80 men, 16 aircraft, 0 chance of return. They launch anyway. Hit Tokyo. Bomb military targets. Make Japan bleed. Make America believe. Make it to China. Crash. Bail out. Hope Chinese find you before Japanese. Hope you survive. No guarantees. No safety. No home. Just mission. Just revenge. Just 4 months after Pearl Harbor. America strikes back. Doesn't matter if nobody comes home. Matters that Tokyo burns. This is the story of the Doolittle raid. Why 80 men volunteered for suicide mission. Why none could return home. Why that didn't matter. And why one raid changed Pacific War more than anyone expected. This is sacrifice. This is revenge. This is impossible made real. December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor burns. America is shocked, humiliated, angry, demands revenge. President Roosevelt tells military, strike Japan, soon. Show America can fight back. Show Japan isn't invincible. Show we're still in the war. Military says impossible. Japan is 5,000 miles from Hawaii, 6,000 from California. No bomber has that range. No fighter can escort that far. No base within striking distance. Impossible. Roosevelt says find a way. Make it possible. That's an order. Navy Captain Francis Lowe has idea. Launch bombers from aircraft carrier. Carriers can get within range. Bombers can strike Tokyo. Can't land back on carrier. Too big, too heavy. But could reach China. Land at friendly airfields, assuming they exist. Assuming Chinese can provide fuel. Assuming Japanese don't intercept. Many assumptions, but possible. Maybe. Better than nothing. Better than sitting back. Better than doing nothing while Japan conquers Pacific. Proposal goes up chain. Reaches Admiral Ernest King. King approves. Finds officer to command mission. Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle. Test pilot. Engineer. Daredevil. Perfect for impossible mission. Doolittle gets specifications. Need medium bomber. Big enough to carry bombs, small enough to launch from carrier. B-25 Mitchell fits. Barely. Wingspan 67 feet. Carrier deck is limited. Need perfect takeoff. Perfect conditions. Perfect luck. Doolittle tests it. Flies B-25 from carrier deck at Norfolk, February 1942. Works. Barely, but works. Now need to modify B-25 for range. Strip defensive guns, save weight. Remove armor, save more weight. Add extra fuel tanks, extend range. Calculate. Can reach Tokyo from 400 miles offshore. Can reach China from Tokyo, just barely. Assuming perfect navigation, perfect weather, perfect fuel consumption. Many assumptions, but possible. Technically possible. Doolittle recruits volunteers. Tells them, dangerous mission. Can't say where. Can't say what. Can't promise you'll survive. Who wants to volunteer? Every man volunteers. Every single one. Army Air Force at Columbia, South Carolina. Entire squadron volunteers. Doolittle picks 80, best crews, best pilots, best navigators, trains them in Florida, practices short takeoffs, 500 feet, 400 feet, 300 feet. Aircraft carrier deck is 400 feet. Need to launch in that distance, with full fuel, with bombs, with extra weight. Physics says impossible. Practice says possible. Barely. Several crashes during training. No fatalities, yet. But everyone knows this mission will kill people. Probably most of them. They train anyway. March 1942. Final briefing. Doolittle reveals target. Tokyo. Japan's capital. Sacred city. Never bombed. Never attacked. Untouchable. Until now. Crews react. Some excited. Some terrified. All volunteer to continue. 100%. Nobody quits. Nobody backs out. They know odds. They accept odds. This is revenge. This is payback. This is what America needs. Personal survival matters less than national morale. They understand this, accept this, embrace this. Load onto USS Hornet, April 2, San Francisco. 16 B-25s, 80 men, one-way mission to Tokyo. Hornet sails west. Task Force 16, Vice Admiral William Halsey commanding. 2 carriers, Hornet and Enterprise. 4 cruisers, 8 destroyers, 14 ships, protecting 16 bombers. Seems excessive, but this is most important mission in Pacific. Must succeed, can't fail. America watching, Japan watching, world watching. Pressure is enormous. Crews train during voyage, practice takeoffs, review targets, check equipment, wait. 15 days at sea, heading toward Japan, heading toward certain death for some, probable death for most. They go anyway, because that's the mission. April 18, 0300 hours. Task Force is 400 miles from Tokyo. Perfect range. Launch scheduled for afternoon. Gives daylight for bombing. Darkness for escape to China. Perfect plan. Then radar picks up Japanese patrol boat. 0730 hours. 7:30 a.m. Small fishing boat, but it has radio. Will report American fleet. Japanese will scramble fighters, will intercept bombers, will destroy them before they reach Tokyo. Must launch now, immediately. 650 miles from Tokyo, not 400. 250 miles extra means 250 miles less fuel for escape. Means bombers probably won't reach China. Means more will crash. Means more will die. But must launch now or abort mission. Doolittle decides instantly. Launch. 0800 hours. First bomber launches. Doolittle's aircraft. Others watch. B-25 rolls down deck. 400 feet. Needs to be airborne by end. Plane is heavy, fully loaded. Picks up speed. Keeps rolling. Crew watches. Reaches end of deck. Dips below. Heart stop. Then climbs. Airborne. Barely, but airborne. Others follow. One by one. All 16 launch successfully. Minor miracle. Statistically improbable, but achieved. 16 B-25s heading toward Tokyo. 650 miles. 3 hours flying. Fuel for maybe 1,200 miles total. After Tokyo, still need 1,200 miles to China. Math doesn't work. Everyone knows. They fly anyway. 11:30 hours. First bombers reach Tokyo. Flying low, under 500 feet, below radar. Approaching from unexpected direction. Japanese air defenses not ready, not expecting attack. Why would they? Tokyo is 3,000 miles from nearest American base. 5,000 from Hawaii, impossible to attack, except here come B-25s, American bombers over sacred Tokyo, impossible made real. Air raid sirens activate, too late, bombers already overhead, already dropping bombs, military targets, shipyards, factories, arsenals, avoiding civilians. This is precision strike, not terror bombing, not yet, just military targets, just revenge. Japanese fighters scramble. Too late. Bombers gone before fighters reach altitude. Japanese anti-aircraft fires, misses. Bombers flying too low, too fast, too unexpected. Tokyo burns. Not much. Few buildings. Light damage. Strategic impact minimal. Psychological impact enormous. Tokyo has been attacked. Sacred capital violated. Emperor endangered. Imperial military humiliated. Cannot protect homeland. Cannot defend capital. Cannot fulfill duty. This is a catastrophe. Not physical, psychological, cultural, spiritual. Tokyo has been bombed. Unthinkable has occurred. America has struck Japan, deep in heart of empire. Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is protected. Everything is vulnerable. 15 other bombers follow. Hit Tokyo, hit Yokohama, hit Osaka, hit Kobe, hit Nagoya, spread across Japan, create impression of massive raid. Actually 16 bombers. Total ordnance 64 500-pound bombs, 32 tons. Minimal damage, but psychological impact spreads. Multiple cities attacked simultaneously. Japanese think this is first wave. Expect more coming. Expect hundreds. Expect massive assault. Actually, it's 16 bombers on one-way mission, but Japanese don't know. Think America has capability to strike Japan repeatedly. Think American bombers have range to reach homeland. Think defense is impossible. All assumptions wrong, but psychological damage is real. That's what matters. 12:30 hours. Last bomber clears Tokyo. All 16 headed west, toward China, toward safety, maybe. 1,200 miles, 4 hours flying, fuel for maybe 3 hours remaining. Lost 250 miles of fuel during early launch. Can't make it. Will crash short. Maybe in ocean. Maybe over Japanese-occupied territory. Maybe over friendly China. Unknown. Uncertainty worse than known danger. But no choice. Must fly west. Must hope. Must try to survive. Some will. Some won't. That's all they know. That's all anyone knows. 1,500 hours. First bombers running out of fuel. China still distant. Can see mainland. Can't reach airfields. Fuel gauges reading empty. Engines beginning to sputter. Crews make decision. Bail out. Better to jump over land than ditch in ocean. Better to take chances with parachutes than guaranteed death in water. Crews abandon aircraft, jump into darkness. 16 aircraft, 80 men, scattered across Chinese countryside. Some land safe, some injured, some killed in jump, some captured by Japanese, some rescued by Chinese. Chaos, complete chaos. Nobody knows who survived, who died, who's captured, who's safe. Won't know for weeks, maybe months, maybe never. Results come slowly. One bomber lands in Russia, Vladivostok. Crew interned, neutral nation, can't return to America. Spend war in Siberia, survive. 15 bombers crash in China. Most crews bail out. Some crash land. 3 men killed in crashes or landing. 8 captured by Japanese. 3 executed. 1 dies in captivity. 4 survive as POWs. Remaining 69 eventually reach safety. Chinese guerrillas help. Months-long journey. Some wounded, some sick, all traumatized, but alive. Final count, 80 men launched, 3 killed, 8 captured, 4 died in captivity, 65 survivors, 81% survival rate. Better than expected, much better. Mission anticipated 70% casualties, got 19%. Luck, Chinese help, Japanese confusion, all combined. 81% survival is miracle. But survival came at cost to others. Japanese launch reprisal campaign, Zhejiang Jiangxi campaign, against Chinese civilians who helped Americans. 250,000 Chinese murdered, entire villages destroyed, biological warfare, cholera, typhoid, deliberate infection, war crime, mass murder, revenge for helping American raiders. Chinese paid price, Americans escape. This is the burden survivors carry. They lived. Chinese died. Not their fault, not their choice, but their presence caused reprisal. Knowledge is heavy. Guilt is irrational, but real. Survivors carry both forever. Strategic assessment examines raid's impact. Physical damage, minimal. Few buildings destroyed. No military units eliminated. No production seriously disrupted. Tactical failure, but strategic success. Why? Psychological impact. American morale skyrockets. 4 months of defeat. 4 months of retreat. 4 months of loss. Then suddenly, America strikes Tokyo. America can fight back. America is still in war. Morale transformation is immediate, nationwide, profound. Worth the cost? In morale terms, absolutely. In strategic terms, more complicated. Japanese response reveals raid's true value. Emperor Hirohito is furious. Questioned by military about security. Imperial palace could have been bombed. Emperor could have been killed. Unacceptable. Japanese military humiliated. Must respond. Must prevent future raids. Must secure homeland. Decision. Recall carriers from Indian Ocean. Bring them back to defend Japan. This is strategic mistake. Massive mistake. Japanese were winning in Indian Ocean, threatening India, threatening British Empire. American raid stops that. Forces defensive posture. Forces carriers back to protect homeland. Those same carriers will be committed to Midway operation, to draw out American fleet, to eliminate carrier threat. Raid on Tokyo leads directly to Battle of Midway. Midway becomes turning point. Japan loses 4 carriers, never recovers, all because 16 B-25s bombed Tokyo, all because 80 men flew a one-way mission, all because America needed psychological victory more than tactical success. Got both, accidentally. Strategic consequences nobody predicted. Nobody could predict, but real, profound, war-changing. Doolittle expects court-martial, lost 16 aircraft, accomplished minimal damage, got 8 men captured, 3 executed, cost Chinese 250,000 lives in reprisals. In Doolittle's assessment, failure, complete failure. Returns to America expecting punishment, gets Medal of Honor instead. promoted to brigadier general, national hero, cannot understand why. He failed, lost all aircraft, minimal damage. How is this success? Eventually understands mission was never about damage, was about morale, about showing America could fight back, about proving Japan was vulnerable, about giving nation hope. In those terms, mission succeeded beyond expectations, became legend, became inspiration, became turning point in American psychology. From defeat to belief, from despair to hope. That's worth 16 bombers, worth 3 lives, worth the risk, maybe. Survivors form organization. Doolittle Raiders meet annually, toast fallen comrades, use special goblets, one for each raider. When a raider dies, goblet is inverted. Eventually only 3 remain, then 2, then 1. Final survivor drinks final toast to those who went before, to those who flew one-way mission to Tokyo, to those who crashed in China, to those who were executed, to those who survived, to all who sacrificed for mission that seemed failure but became legend, for raid that changed nothing tactically but everything strategically, for 16 bombers that couldn't return home but changed the war anyway. This is cost of Doolittle raid. 16 aircraft never recovered, 3 men killed, 8 captured, 4 died in captivity, 250,000 Chinese murdered in reprisal, costs measured in aircraft, lives, consequences. This is consequence of Doolittle raid. American morale restored, Japanese strategy altered, carriers recalled, Midway trap set, 4 carriers lost, war changed, consequences measured in turning points, strategic errors, cascading effects, cost seems too high, consequence seems accidental, both true, both matter. This is war. Costs are real, consequences are unpredictable, success is complicated, failure is subjective. Doolittle raid is all of these, simultaneously. 80 men volunteered for one-way mission, knowing they couldn't return home, knowing they'd crash in China, knowing they'd be hunted, knowing they'd probably die. They went anyway, because America needed them to go, because Tokyo needed to burn, because Pearl Harbor demanded revenge, because sometimes nations need psychological victories more than tactical ones, because sometimes showing you can fight back matters more than winning the fight, because sometimes sacrifice is worth more than success. Doolittle raid proves this. 16 bombers, 80 men, one-way mission, 0 returning home. But Japan learned America can reach you, can hurt you, can make you bleed. That lesson changed everything. That lesson cost everything. That lesson was worth both. Maybe. Ask the survivors. Ask the captured. Ask the executed. Ask the 250,000 Chinese. Ask all who paid price for mission that couldn't return home but changed the war anyway. This is Doolittle raid. This is sacrifice. This is cost. This is consequence. All together, all real, all remembered.